On this, let's bring in Mahjoob Zweiri. He joins me live from Doha. He's an academic in Middle East politics, a specialist. Great to have you here with us on TRT World. First and foremost, what's your reaction?
I think that was an expected step in the light of what's happening in the last 10 days. Saudi Arabia has called to basically a meeting to talk about the whole issue of Yemen, including the situation in the south. That call of Saudi Arabia did indicate that the current situation, which basically having more than political bodies, is a problematic. So I think the STC now, by announcing they're dissolving themselves, they are basically going to that meeting with basically a plan to engage with what is the plan for, which basically focusing on rebuilding a united Yemeni government. Let's not forget, the legitimate, recognized government in Yemen now is controlling 67% of the land in Yemen, and Houthis around 33%, which means basically that will be a first step towards maybe a more dialogue within a Yemeni political, I would say, within Yemeni domestic politics.
In terms of analyzing the development right now, see, this is what I'm trying to understand. So correct me if I'm wrong, what's happened right now has basically de-escalated what was escalating in Yemen over the past few days.
We know that since 2nd of December, the STC was basically behind what was happening in Hadramaut and some of the cities in the eastern part of Yemen. Now, after the Saudi intervention, the STC basically was defeated militarily, and the leader of the STC basically has escaped Yemen through Somaliland, al-Idrus. And basically now the whole council is becoming more weak and weak. Most of the political leader, military leader has been whether sacked or basically resigned. So all of this happened in the last 48 hours, which were indicating that there is something happening. I think what's happening today is just, I would say, the official announcement of the death of STC, and southern Yemen should come with a new political elite in the context of Yemeni recognized government.
All right, and I was just being told by my producer that the STC has also confirmed its dissolution, so certainly a significant development for Yemen. Now, in terms of the future developments, what does it mean for the Houthis?
Well, I think the more I would say the recognized government is able to bring more Yemenis to its side, trying to have a political, I would say, vision to Yemen, the more Houthis will be isolated, the more Houthis will be suffering. Because let's not forget, Houthis are not recognized internationally. They are basically controlling Sana'a using the force they have. And now the less land they have, the more isolated they will be because the recognized government is surrounding them from every part. More importantly, I think there will be more international pressure as well, which will support the Saudi initiative to whether the Houthis to be involved in the political discussion in Yemen as be part of the political process, or to be basically isolated or kicked out of the whole scene, which basically opened the door for more than one scenario. But I think looking at the situation now, I believe there is already discussion going on with the Houthis to, I would say, involve them in the discussion. But it seems that the step now is to make a solid, united front from South Yemen and North Yemen with the legitimate government and the recognized government. Then that could be a solid body, which basically Houthis have to be worried if they don't engage with the outcome of this discussion.
Professor, is the main backer of the STC still a key stakeholder in Yemen?
I don't think so. With this announcement, that itself, I think, also another announcement of the end of that influence in Yemen. I think this means that all of those non-state actors, militias, they have two choices: whether to be engaged with the current status quo, with a political debate, or they will face basically sort of I would say a decisive hand from the government. Because what we are seeing, the more forces going to the south of Yemen. Last night, the flag of Yemen was being raised on the main building in Aden. So which means basically more control of the recognized legitimate government is going on most of the part on south of Yemen, which will be basically a very straightforward and strong message to the supporter of the STC.
Fascinating insights, Professor Mahjoob Zweiri. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
You.
Thanks very much for joining me here on TRT World.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.